Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 7, 5.7, differences in conversion specifiers of scanf and printf. As I told you earlier, most of the conversion specifiers of scanf and printf are common, but few differences are there. As there are many conversion specifiers, and it is your responsibility that you must remember simple strategy I tell you. First, study all the conversion specifiers and own them and just list them out, and without any error you must write scanf. Thereafter you need not study the conversion specifiers of printf, just have a glance, but you focus on this. Where differences are there between scanf and printf, I am explaining in this concept. If you understand this, then again especially you need not study the conversion specifiers of printf. This is a simple technique. Okay, now where is the difference I show you. One thing you must remember, these conversion specifiers are commonly used for scanf and printf also, but their usage is, their purpose is different. That only you have to understand that. Here I am not writing percentage symbol, you have to understand as percentage lowercase e, percentage uppercase e. As far as scanf is concerned, it is used for reading floating point value. So using this, a floating point value you can read. You need not give that in exponentation format. You can give any floating point value. And one more thing I have to tell you, floating point value means you have to take in a broader sense float, double and long double. Okay, I am not writing float. If I exclusively write float value means it is limited to float. That means 4 byte size data type. That is not that. Floating point means you have to understand it in a broader way. Float 4 bytes, double 8 bytes, long double 10 bytes. Thereafter, printf, the purpose of this conversion specifier writes a floating point value in exponentation format. Already in third chapter I explained what is exponentation and all that. That is also one type of floating point value, floating point notation. It is called scientific notation. In order to express very small value or very big value and all that, then we have to use exponentation notation. So for example, you see that the range of float, you see that is too big number, around 40 digits are there. If 40 digits are there, how can you pronounce it? That's why exponentation notation we have to use. That's why it is known as scientific notation. However, just for academic knowledge sake you are studying, in our programs and all that, normally we don't use exponential notations, that you have to understand that. Now if you give a floating point value in the scanf or whatever may the floating value point value, if you want to write using either percentage lowercase e, percentage uppercase e, it is printed in exponentation format. Okay, that you have to understand. Next, percentage g or percentage g, lowercase uppercase. Actually, like percentage f, this also reads a floating point value. You must understand one thing, percentage e is meant for reading a floating point value, percentage g is used for reading a floating point value. In same manner, percentage f also is used for reading one float value. That point you have to understand. So read floating point value. Next, if you use percentage g, lowercase or uppercase, it writes a floating point value in the E type or F type. Actually, certain range is prescribed. If below that range or above the range, then it is automatically converted as exponentation, and it is printed in exponential format, or otherwise it is within the range, it is printed in a floating point format. Either E form means exponential form, F form means floating point form. That depends on the range of the value. Okay, within the range of the value, it is there, then it is in floating point type, or otherwise above the range, then it is exponential type. Thereafter, by another advantage is there. Actually, if you use percentage F and all that, you know that trailing, suppose 1.234 you have given value, then how it is printed? 1.234,000, 6 after decimal point, 6 digits are printed. As far as if you use this one, now the trailing zeros are not printed. That means the value is printed as 1.234. Trailing zeros are not printed. And one more point also I have to tell you. Suppose 1.0 you have given. 1.0 you have to write using percentage G, lowercase or uppercase. Then it prints 1 only. Decimal point is also not printed. After decimal point, any digit is there except 0. 1 to 9, any digit is there, that is printed, or digits are there, those are printed without trailing zeros and all that. Suppose after decimal point only 0 is there, then 0 is not printed, as well as decimal point is also not printed. Only the whole number part is printed. In order to remember all these things and others, write a simple test program. Actually, theoretically, you may not own the things in some cases, in many cases in programming. That's why the best habit for all the prospective programmers or students is write a simple test program. Simple test program. In using test program, whatever you are applying, whatever doubt you get, whatever you are studying, just write a simple program, a matter of a minute. Your doubt is 100% clarified. Once you work out a program, then 100% you can own that. It is like driving car on your own. Understand? Not learning in the classroom. Okay, that always you follow that. Thereafter, I, this lowercase I. Lowercase I, using lowercase I, percentage I, we can read an integer value in 3 forms. It may be either decimal, that means you may give 1, 2, 3, it reads. You may give 1, 2, 3 in octal, and you may read 0x 1, 2, 3. So, depending on the prefix, what type it is, we can know. Simply 1, 2, 3 means by default it is decimal only. If you write leading 0, obviously it is octal, and if you write 0x, then obviously it is hexadecimal. And using I, we can read all 3 forms of integer values. Actually, that is for scanf. As far as printf is concerned, using percentage I is like percentage D only. So it can write signed decimal integer. It does not write octal or hexadecimal. That point you must remember that. Okay. So one experiment you can make, one test program you write, and scanf you write, use percentage I and read a decimal value, and same thing use for printf and write it. In the next, you enter an octal value in this format. Thereafter, using same percentage I you write, then you can get signed decimal integer value. Converted value you get 0x. This hexadecimal value you enter, in scanf. Thereafter, using percentage I, you write a value, then you can get the equivalent signed decimal integer. In this manner, you have to test, you have to write test programs. Don't depend on my explanation totally. Somewhere certain concept cannot be explained. There are certain limitations in my explanation also, that you must remember. Whatever point we are studying, especially this type of points and all that, simply write immediately, then and there, after. Don't wait up to the completion. Whenever you are studying this, then only test it. Then the same test program you can use for all these points. That is the way. This is what I am describing is C placement training. This is not classroom training and all that. So I am treating you as a prospective programmer. That's why all these experiments you have to make come out of the college oriented habits. Here everything you have to own and then proceed. Thereafter, this is O, not 0. Actually, whenever we write O and 0, always it is confusing. Then you make it as a habit while writing. In typing, there may not be confusion. So, while writing, whenever you are writing O, you write like that. Whenever you are writing 0, you put a line like this, cross line. By that, people can understand this is O, this is 0. Okay. Otherwise, it is quite confusing. So, now come to O, either lowercase or uppercase. Reads octal integer with the leading 0. Actually, if you want to read any octal value means you have to give like that. Simply, if you imply that octal value and all that, it is taken by the scanner as decimal value only. If you want to notify it is a octal value, the leading 0 is essential. So, then only scanf can understand it is a octal value. So, you can read an octal value using percentage O, either lowercase or uppercase. And let us come to printf. Writes octal integer without leading 0. Suppose you have entered through scanf, you entered this value, but the same value is written, it is written as 123 only. 123 means you should not mistake, but a printf prints it without leading 0. That point always you remember that. In order to print 0, one technique is there, little later I will explain. You have to insert hash symbol between percentage symbol and the variable name. That I will tell you later, I don't want to distract here. Okay. So, thereafter percentage x or percentage x, lowercase, uppercase. As far as scanf is concerned, it is used for reading hexadecimal integer value. Hexadecimal integer value with leading 0x. That means if you have to enter any hexadecimal value, you must prefix 0x. Then only scanf can identify it as a hexadecimal value. Otherwise, simply if you enter 123, by default it takes it as a decimal value. That point you remember. Even though you enter the value with 0x prefix, then the corresponding printf will write it without 0x prefix. If you want that, you have to insert hash symbol, that I will show you the next concept, then you learn. Otherwise, prima facie it looks like a decimal value, not a hexadecimal. Even though it is a hexadecimal value also, it is not shown as an hexadecimal value. Simply seeing that 1, 2, 3 or any other value, you feel it is a decimal value. So, all these points you have to meticulously learn, experiment and own them. These are very important basic things, because without using conversion specifiers, we cannot write either a scanf statement or printf statement. So we should not commit any error. If you don't write appropriate conversion specifier and all that, it may lead to syntax error. Sometimes you may get unexpected result. It is more dangerous. That's why beware of that. All these are basic elements. You cannot take a chance and you cannot ignore part of them. So you must have 100% knowledge over each and every element of this.